in Zaki's compound, but that his son followed them to the hospital while he went to the state CID Lafia after a week, but that his statement was not recorded immediately because they thought he was Zaki Uba. According to PW1, that he made and signed both the statements dated 11/2/20 and that of 12/11/2019, and that at the time of the incident, he was hiding in a corner close to Zaki Uba's house, and that Zaki Uba was in his compound. PW1 confirmed that many people were in the compound that day, but that he cannot say exactly how many, but that at the sound of the guns, that he hid himself. PW1 stated that the defendants did not go to the village on their own. Inspector Okoli John testified for the prosecution as PW2. According to PW2, that on the 13th day of September 2019, he was on duty with his other colleagues. A case of criminal conspiracy and homicide was reported where Samuel Agabi and Ondo Wasepe were initially brought as suspects in the case. At on receipt of the case, his team consisting of 3 policemen, Sergeant Jimbo Michael, Sergeant Augustine Adela, and himself, were detailed to investigate the matter. Sergeant Michael Jimbo recorded statement from Zaki Uba and Samuel Agabi, while Sergeant Jimbo Michael recorded statement of Ondo Wasepe. And thereafter, they registered the exhibits, which included 4 empty shells of 7.6 millimeter ammunition. PW2 stated that on a later date, the 3rd defendant was arrested in Makurdi and was brought to the state CID Lafia, and that he recorded the statement himself. According to PW2, that the 3 suspects arrested denied any involvement in the crime, and that they charged the 3 suspects to court after the investigation. That while the 3 suspects were on trial, they arrested the 4th suspect, and Sergeant Augustine Adela recorded his statement, and he was also charged to court. PW2 stated that himself and Augustine Adela visited the scene of crime and took photographs with his Android phone of the graves of the deceased, and that they also took the photograph of a plastic chair that Zaki Uba was sitting on when Fidelis Pep, still at large, came visiting. PW2 also stated that he took the statements of Clement Pep and that's the father of Zaki Uba. The following exhibits were admitted through PW2. The statement of Clement Pep dating 11/2/2020 was admitted and marked as Exhibit A. The statement of Gabriel dated 24/9/19 was admitted and marked as Exhibit B. The 3 pictures are admitted and marked as Exhibit C1, C2, and C3. Under cross-examination, PW2 confirmed that he was the head of the 3-man team that investigated the matter, that the matter was transferred to the state CID from Doma Division, and the statements of some parties such as Samuel Agabi and Ondo Wasepe were recorded in Doma. According to PW2, that he knew Zaki Uba in the course of investigation, and that the statement of Zaki Uba was recorded by Michael Jimbo. PW2 confirmed that the incident took place on the 7th of September 2019, and that he recorded all the statements of the parties and witnesses available. That the other statements recorded of witnesses and parties are in the case file. He confirmed that he recorded the statement of 3rd defendant, Gabriel Yua, but that he did not record any statement from James Koho. He confirmed that he recorded an admissional statement of Clement Pep. Inspector Michael Jimbo testified for the prosecution as PW3. According to the witness, that on the 13th of September 2019, a case of conspiracy and corporal homicide was transferred from Doma to the state CID Lafia for further investigation, and that the case was accepted at the homicide section. He stated that he recorded statement from Ondo Wasepe and Zaki Uba, and that the investigation was a teamwork comprising of Inspector John Okoli, Sergeant Augustine Adele, and himself. And that after the recording of the statement, a team of detectives visited the scene of crime. According to the witness, that the crime happened in Zaki Uba's compound in Ohina village. The following exhibits were admitted through the witness. The statement of Ondo Wasepe dated 13/9/19 was admitted and marked as Exhibit G. The statement of Zaki Uba dated 13th of September 2019 was admitted and marked as Exhibit E. Under cross-examination, the witness confirmed that he recorded the statement of Zaki Uba and that the statement was forwarded from Doma Police along with the case file to the state CID. The witness confirmed recording the statement of Ondo Wasepe, but that he did not go to Ajimaka in respect of this case. And he also denied taking any statement of Tekula Pep and that of Ondo Wasepe, Pep's wife. According to the witness, that he does not know whether on was a pave had a farm or not, and that according to the nominal complainant, the deceased were killed by unknown gunmen. The witness confirmed that Zaki Uba is suspecting the defendant because of a previous issue. Inspector Augustine Adela testified as PW4, according to PW4, that on 13 September 2019, he was at the State CID Lafia homicide section when a case of criminal conspiracy and homicide was transferred from Doma Division Police Office, and one Zaki Uba narrated to him that his compound was invaded by the defendant, that in the said invasion, his mother and his 2 children were killed. According to PW4, that his superior officer detailed him to record the statements of Simon Agabi and Clement Pep. That Simon Agabi narrated that on the 7th of September, he heard gunshots, and when the shots subsided, he moved towards the location of the gunshot. That as he approached the place, he heard somebody threatening to kill him. That from there, he became afraid and ran into the bush. And later he and was moved to Benue State. And when they moved to Benue State, they were advised to go back to Nasarawa State to a place called Ohina, but that as he returned back, one Clement Pep saw him and he was arrested and brought to the State CID. That as he was being taken to the police station, one of the officers told him that he will not come back alive. PW4 stated that he also recorded the statement of Clement Pep, and that Clement told him that on his return from Rukubi Market, when Fideli saw him, I was told that if they got bail, they were going to attack Zaki's compound. PW4 stated that he saw the pictures of the injured and the grave of the 3 people who died, and these were added to the file. PW4 stated that Zaki Uba said he is suspecting the 4 defendants because they took their wives and children and ran out of the village. The following exhibits were admitted through the witness. The statement of Simon Agabi dated 13/9/19 was admitted as Exhibit F. Statement of Clement Pep dated 12th November was admitted as matter Exhibit G. Under cross-examination, PW4 confirmed that the defendants still have questions to answer, that he has been shown Exhibit F, and inside it he was told that Simon Agabi was inside his house with his wife and children. According to PW4, that they could not investigate the alibi as contained in the statement of Simon Agabi because by the time he got to the scene of crime, they were gone. He confirmed being shown Exhibit G that the murdering of Zaki Uba's family took place on the 7th of September 2019, that the first statement he took from Clement Pep was on the 12th of November 2019, and that he recorded Clement Pep's statement 2 months after the incident. According to PW4, that Clement Pep in his statement did not mention that the defendants are the perpetrators of the crime, that he cannot remember whether he took the statement of the 4th defendant, Johimba Kwabe, but later confirmed that he recorded the statement of the 4th defendant. PW4 confirmed that from the statement that the 4th defendant was in his house together with his brothers drinking beer, that he investigated halfway, then his transfer came. You see, that there is no confessional statement recorded, but that they only listened to the complaint and proceeded to investigate, and that from the statement he recorded no one confessed to the crime. The statement of Johimba Kwabe dated 24/3 was admitted and marked as Exhibit H. The defendants commenced their defense on the 9th day of November 2022 with a testimony of Ovase Semben, who testified at DW1. According to DW1, that on the 10th of July 2019, on was a pep, the second defendant was harvesting melon on the farm he gave him. That as he was harvesting the melon on the 7th September 2019, the second defendant came to him, his house, and met him and said, Tekula called him that the brother of the second defendant was killed. On the next day, he went to Ohina, where the death took place. That the last information he had was that the second defendant was arrested. There was no cross-examination. Blessing Agabi, where to the first defendant testified for the defendant as DW2, according to the witness, that on the 7th September 2019, herself and her husband were in Ohina village and were seated outside at that time. They were eating with her husband. They heard gunshots from Zaki Uba's residence, and they took to their heels in different directions. and she hid behind the compound. Then after a while,